What up, it's your boy Dvrth back at it again with another video, and today we are here with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean episode 6. Last episode it was a tough episode to watch. My man Jotaro went down. Yeah, that he's gone. He gone. The entire episode, or at least during the beginning of the episode, I was like, man, seems like a great part for Jotaro to die. I mean, this whole time, even back when we first watched the beginning, the first OP, where I was like, damn, part 6 looks like a great time for Jotaro to die, and it seems like that came to fruition in this last episode. Outside of Jotaro getting killed, the new plan is to try to bring him back. I don't see that happening. I don't see that working the way she thinks that it does. But even bigger than that, even more confusing than that, is that there's been a new mechanic. It seems to be introduced, which is borrowing stand powers. At least it seems like this stand in particular can borrow stand powers. We can talk a little bit more about that in depth in the discussion portion, but as of now, it's it kind of throws me for a loop, because now I don't know what's his original stand power. Is this his original stand power? It seems like the whole disc thing is the original stand power, but we have to like kind of be a little bit more on our toes now that this mechanic has been introduced. One last thing that I want to talk about is Imperio. The little boy. Ever since the little boy got introduced, I didn't want to say anything, but there was something that stood out. Like he reminded me of somebody. I couldn't figure it out. It was mostly because he was wearing the uniform, the baseball uniform, so I couldn't really figure it out, right? But it wasn't until last episode that I kind of figured out who he reminds me of. And with JoJo always having this kind of being rooted in, not rooted, but having horror aspects to it every now and then, I remember who he reminds me of. And if I doubt it, because this was written way back in the day, or at least this was written before what I'm thinking of. If anybody's played Silent Hill 4, he reminds me of that little boy from there. And I think the reason why why like sparked my interest last episode is because he started talking about his mother and like how his mother died in the prison, and blah blah. He was like, yeah, I'm just here because I was born here, blah blah. And I was like, hold on, that's who he reminds me of, because he kind of looks like Walter Sullivan from Silent Hill 4, baby Walter Sullivan. And I wonder if we could stay on theme for that. I would be happy. Like that would do my heart good if we could stay on theme for that, for Emporio at least. If not, then hey, it is what it is. I still like Emporio. It's just that's who he reminds me of right now, and I want to see. It kind of makes it more interesting for me at least. So with all that being said, we're gonna hop straight into it. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something totally different, the best place to send that in is always my social media. Link's gonna be in the description. And if you want these episodes early, subscribe to my Patreon. Link's gonna be in the description for that too. Truly appreciate the patrons that I have right now. Y'all are some real ones. So with all that out the way, let's get our headphones, make sure they're on, them bitches is on, and let's just get into it. I would have been happy with Crunchyroll. It's not that like Netflix is like, it's nothing. I mean, like there's localization like problems with Netflix, but it's mostly that like the mechanics, the UI of Netflix is dog shit. Okay, so it seems like we're getting a bit of Emporio, however you say his name, point of view right now. Hey, is that Hermes? What y'all doing? Hey, hold on now. What? Oh, hold on now. What you doing? What you doing? Oh, mother. Ooh, that's painful. Ooh, that's painful. I know that's painful because is that a stamp? So I guess we can talk a little bit more about what I mean by like the whole Walter Sullivan thing. We'll talk about Walter Sullivan in general, which I don't think he has anything to do with this show, but it's just something interesting to talk about. That if you haven't watched or if you haven't played Silent Hill 4, I won't spoil anything, kinda. But the idea of Walter Sullivan is that Walter was born in a room uh and his mom died or something, but because he was born in that room before his because he was born in that room and then his mom died, he assumed that the room was his mother, thus making the room itself like a his like domain or something like that. And why Emporio reminds me so much of Walter Sullivan is simply because of the whole mother thing and him being like, yeah, my mom was born here in or not born, my mom died here and I was born here. So I was like, okay, it kind of lends credence on why he knows so much about the whole prison thing, but it also shows me like, oh yeah, that's why you're able to like, yeah, I know I'm supposed to go here and then blah blah blah. But also we know that Emporio has a stand, so it could have something to do with the or hospital, the prison itself. Oh yeah, okay, so she has a stand now. Is the stand? We'll talk more about the whole thing. I mean, like I said, it might have nothing to do with it, but it also just it seems like a Walter Sullivan thing. Ah, ah, fuck me up, ah. Yeah, fucking weirdo. Oh, okay, so she's in the I thought she got hurt or something, but it's just now dying on me. She's in the infirmary because she got the fever that came with having a stand. What ew? So what the fuck does that do? Oh, it makes two of something, I think. Like if you stick it on there, it makes two of it. Is that what it is? And I mean, come on, you don't have three, dog. You don't have 3 feet, so it's doubling whatever you stick it on. Holy fuck! So it makes two of one thing, and then yeah, you're touching the shoe, so it's real. I'm glad that we've ruled out astigmatism. Oh, when you tear it off, it becomes one again. Wow, okay. That's cool. Oh, that's really fucking cool. Bink! Oh, that's really... Oh! Uh-oh. Ooh. He did. That's useful, actually. I like that. Bitch ass nigga, get back here with my money. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, was that originating from him? I don't know if he got hit with it or it was a real. What the fuck? Hold on. Okay. Shit's getting wild again. I don't need. I don't. Okay. Shut your bitch ass up. Talking way too much. Okay, so no information from anybody else. Y'all are so useful. So just wait them out. Okay. Oh, it's soft. That's what? Right. So there's 2 CDs. Oh. So this one's showing. What the fuck? What the fuck? The CDs confused the fuck out of me. I have no idea what this means. Uh-oh. That's a handsome man, Loki. What? What? Oh, the disc is his memories. Is it his memories? Oh, but he remembers that. Okay. What is happening? Oh, come on. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Slow it the fuck down. Hermes is a good looking lady, but slow it the fuck down. Oh, god damn it. Is that like a chastity belt or something? What the fuck is that on? What the fuck? Yo! What the fuck? There is literally nothing. Like every episode, this part just confuses me. What? Alright, he's within these prison walls. You surely. Okay. He killed himself? Yo! Holy fuck! And something's killing her? I don't understand. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Damn, that's a good stand. I don't understand, though. I don't understand. The fuck? I don't understand at all. But he doesn't remember because the disc isn't in him, or he took the disc from him. He has an M in his head. What the? What the? Oh my god. He's suicidal as fuck. So his stand power is literally that he brings other people down? Oh, nah, that's hard as fuck. Nice. Nice. His stand power is literally that he just brings other people down. That's insane. In a way, I guess. Like, it seems like when he kills himself, whoever he's infatuated with, maybe? Why? Dude, chill out. What the fuck? Dude. I think you guys keep an eye on him, because if he tries to kill himself again, you're fucked. Is there like a... Oh no, it's you again. What up? What you got going on? Yeah, he doesn't look all that much like Walter Sullivan, but He reminds me of Walter Sullivan. You know a lot. Memory disc and a stand disc. Oh, okay. Oh no, he's killing himself again! Nah. Jesus fucking Christ, this guy! Holy fuck, he's electrocuting himself! Okay. You're right, that increases his conductivity. Yep, back to the infirmary. Oh, okay. So there's a memory disc and a stand disc. So we have to take away this guy's stand. Not this guy, bro. Come on. Why are you on this bullshit right now? Hate this guy. Come on, man. Right. You don't want to kill me, right? Come on. Don't do this. Don't do this. Oh, God. Oh my God. Horrible luck. Chill out. Oh. What? Don't tell me. What? What? Don't, no, come on. Irving. He's gonna kill himself. Oh my God. So you have to wait till Saturday? What? Uh-oh. Hey, hold the panties though. The panties. You want the panties, right? Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Come on, man. You just talking this man off this cliff all episode. He's killing himself. Oh, maybe not. Can you put down the switch? Okay, come off that ledge now. Come off the ledge! Come off the ledge! Oh, he's cracked. He is cracked. God damn it! Oh, God. Uh-oh. Nice. Where's the other one? Nice. Got it. Oh, insane. Insane. We just spent the entire episode talking him off a ledge just so he could fry himself. Oh, God, that's insane. Yes, I would like to watch the fucking ending. Fucking weirdo. Fucking Netflix. You wanna watch the ending? Yes. Yes. Ooh, okay. I wonder what her because it said Smack, but I don't think that's the actual name of it. Like I doubt that's the actual name of it. Cause so I wonder what the actual name of her stand is. Cause Smack isn't much to go off of. It could be Smack, but I mean, I no. I doubt it. They said Pale Snake, and I'm pretty sure it's White Snake. If they keep this OP throughout the if they keep this OP throughout the entire like part and it ends, it's going to be the way that I think this part ends is going to be way sadder if they keep that ED. Yeah, spent the entire episode talking that man off of a ledge, and to be honest with you, I was enjoying the whole thing. Um, so first of all, we pretty much have it down to not to a science, but we kind of understand how this how White Snake works. It seems like there's a memory disk, and then there's a stand disk, which I think is kind of what we took away from, like, what we understood about the how it worked. I don't really remember. It's been a couple days since I watched the last episode, and I don't really remember what we talked about in a way, because we talked for a very long time. But there's a memory disk and there's a stand disk, and I guess because it's not from what I remember, what I was like theorizing and stuff like that was that like the disc had the memory disc was more of, well, no that okay, hang on, let me gather my thoughts, right. Since there's a memory disk and there's a stand disk, right? There's a stand disk, you use the power, there's the whole like borrowing powers thing. That's one thing, but then there's the memory disk, in which, like like I talked about in the last episode's discussions, that there's a lot you can do with the disc. You can look back at it, you can pause it, you can fast forward it. There's a lot you can do with a disc. So just having the disc and be like, oh, these are their memories, there that isn't a lot to go off of what the use for that disc is, right? However, it's good that we know what each disc is, right? Now we don't exactly know the main villain's, like, we don't know what his overall, like, what does he want to do, what is his plan, what is his goal. We don't really know that right now, because as far as we know right now, it's just that White Snake's like, everybody that's my enemy, I need you to kill this person because they fucking around, right? And while that's an understandable like goal to have right now, because at least for White Snake, because like these people are trying to dirt you, that doesn't tell me what you want in the grand scheme of things. Now, as we usually do, we could theorize on what his plan is, or what his overall goal is, but in all reality, we won't exactly get much off of what he has, what White Snake himself has explained or said, because he hasn't said much. He's been very tight-lipped, which is why we can only like theorize, right? I will say this episode was actually probably the most entertaining for me. Just to get out of like theory territory for a bit, because I kind of want to just talk about the episode. This episode was probably one of the most entertaining for me, and I'm not 100% sure why. It's just it might be because we haven't really got a lot of Hermes, and having the new character with like this weird quirk of like this weird quirk of him wanting to kill himself, having these suicidal tendencies and stuff like that, is, I don't want to say entertaining, but it is entertaining in a way of like, it gives it that feeling of hijinks, as fucked up as it is. The hijinks being him wanting to kill himself. It does give you that feeling of hijinks um, that we haven't really felt since maybe like the whole Oingo Boingo thing, where things were going wrong, you had to go fix it. It was very Saturday morning cartoon esque. And this one almost felt the same way in a way, only like way darker, because once again the guy was trying to kill himself. But hey, Saturday morning cartoons had some dark moments as well. Now, with Hermes's stand, that's a pretty cool stand, I'd say. I fuck with it. It's a cool stand. It's very useful. Not gonna lie, it's actually really useful. Mostly because it doubles something and then you can merge it back. And I always like the stands that have multiple uses to them. The stands they're like so simple that you could use it for just pretty much anything. Just the repertoire that you could have with that stand is just vast. Plus it's just cool, it's just stickers and then it copies that thing or doubles that thing, right? I think I've talked at length about Imperio to a point. I think we don't really know much about Imperio or Emporio, I think his name is Emporio, outside of my whole like he reminds me of Walter Sullivan thing, right? We also don't know we don't know what his stand is. We could go off like my whole Walter Sullivan theory, but like I said, Silent Hill 4 came out way after this was written, I'm pretty sure, so it has nothing to do with that. But Silent Hill 4 could have took inspiration from it. I mean, who knows? But that's pretty much all I have to go off of. Like Emporio, just like it reminds me of Walter Sullivan, and Walter Sullivan's whole thing was like, I want to go back to my mom, which is the room that I was born in. And I guess that would make a little bit more sense as to why he knows so much about the prison outside of just being born there. There isn't much to go off of Emporio either. If I were to guess into to continue on with my WS theory, we never see his stand per se, and I'm going to guess it. We don't even know. I don't think we know if he has a stand, but if he were to have a stand, we haven't seen it. I feel like if his stand were on us, we would have seen his stand, which like if his stand was like materialized as a person, at some point we would kind of see something of his stand. But other than outside of that, the only thing that we have seen of him is him handing Jolene something useful, and that's also not much to go off of. However, what I will say is that because he's handing her something, his stand could just be materializing things, and then he uses that thing, which, once again, if he were materializing that thing, I guess it wouldn't be humanoid. His stand would, I think that's what I'm trying to get to. His stand wouldn't be humanoid, I don't think, if it were just, yeah, this is a useful thing for you to use, or this is a useful place for you to go. Meaning that his stand would just have to be a thing. And continuing on to the Walter Sullivan kind of theory, it would be like a room, maybe, a door, like a little slot, like how doors have like a mail slot or something. Maybe it's like that. It has to be something that could dispense an item Because it seems like Emporio's thing is to have something useful on him. At least that's the only thing that we've gotten from Emporio. Like I said, there's not much to go on with a lot of these characters right now because there's a lot of mystery that's being built up right now, and that's understandable because we not only are we in the beginning stages of this part, but we're still building up the story. So by extension, we have to build up the mystery. So there's a lot to go off of. I will say, however, I mean, there's been wilder shit. I mean, like after strength, anything could be a stand to me. Like that was I think that was the biggest thing when it came to strength, is that strength like showed us that absolutely anything could be a stand. So it's not out of the possibility that Emporio stand could just be something that is materializing useful objects. And we never really see Emporio like, oh, I took it out of thin air, you know. It's always like, yeah, I got this for you. So he's obviously getting it from somewhere. And whatever his stand is, it's just not humanoid. It's, like I said, it's a door, it's a room, it's a mailbox. It's something like that. But that's pretty much all I got to go on with Emporio. Emporio's cool. I like him on our team. He seems to be very useful. I'm glad that Jolene was smart enough to be like, hey, keep an eye out on Hermes, and like him being able to throw information our way, or like something useful our way, something like that. Like I said, Emporio could also just not have a stand. However, with his mom being a stand user, he probably does have one, right? Let's see what else. There is one thing that I do want to talk about when it comes to McQueen. It's not really has anything to do with like his importance to the story or anything. If he does, I think he's dead. But I mean, like, if he's still alive from being fried like that, it has nothing to do with like his importance to the story. But it is cool that his stand, whatever it may have been, is it works well with his character, because him being suicidal, and like, I'm not gonna get too deep into this, but him being like very suicidal and stuff like that, it is something to like look at, that like his stand was very like, he was infatuated with this person, and we still don't really know how it works, but he was infatuated with this person, or he was, you know, he felt something for this person, and this person was interacting with him, and as soon as he tries to commit suicide, that other person feels that burden, which is very, I mean, that's very real when it comes to suicide. You know, it was played out in a very comedic way, and it was funny, but it's a very real way to look at somebody having those tendencies, is that like, he hung himself, and that person also felt that pain and almost died as well. And that happens a lot when it comes to when it comes to like suicide, things like that, is that it can happen in clusters. It can cause a chain reaction. So whether it's like whether his plan or his stand was written specifically like that, or it was just something that worked out in the writing, it's very real that like his power, or his stand power, was like, I commit suicide, you also feel the repercussions of that. It's just very real. This show so far this part so far has been very entertaining, though. Just to get back on track a little bit with the episode, this part so far has been, maybe, I'm gonna say it's so far it's becoming one of the more entertaining parts, and every part has been very entertaining, but this part has so far seemed to be like it's I don't know how to explain it, right? Because I don't want to say that it's the most entertaining, because I would have to go back, watch the first couple episodes of each part, and be like, okay, what was that like, blah blah. But right now, so far, at least like with my recency bias fresh on my mind, this part has been the most like I've really been enjoying watching this part of the show. I've really been wanting to binge it. Um, and you know, it might be because I just haven't watched JoJo in a while, or maybe it's just that like I don't know. It may just be because it looks more polished or something. I don't know. I don't really know, but but this one is the hardest for me not to binge, and it also might just be because I can't. This is the first time in JoJo where like I've been afraid to binge something because I know that it's not finished, and I can't really watch it for real without like running out of episodes and then having to watch for the next, or having to wait for the next episode to come out, or the next batch of episodes to come out. Which now, you know, we've talked about the episode and stuff. I will say that while I don't really want to end the discussion off on a negative point, I do want to talk about this a little bit, mostly because it's something that kind of bothers me, but I'm not too, you know how I am. I don't really care too much, but it is something that I'm like, I wish they hadn't done it like this. The binge format that Netflix has done with JoJo, I'm not too bothered by it. It is what it is. However, if I were to have it my way, I would rather them have done it week by week. And there's a couple of reasons why. Mostly because the binge format is a lot harder for me to get behind, because you could binge all 12 episodes, right? And now I have to wait for the next batch of episodes. Which, you know, it's cool because you can binge 12 episodes. That's cool. But after those 12 episodes, then what? I don't really like binging episodes either. As a lot of, you know, like I did the same thing with My Hero. Like, I wouldn't watch. Like, I have to take like a little bit of a break from a show in order for me to like truly appreciate it. And I think that's more of like my thing, is that like to truly appreciate something, I have to like slowly ease myself into it. This is this week's episode. This is the next week's episode. That's kind of like that's just me. It's not wrong to like want to like binging something. It's not really. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's just that that's more my style, is to just enjoy it slowly, kind of like slowly digest it, and then we get to the next thing. And then if I do binge it, I'll let it stack up a little bit, right? When it comes to JoJo, I want to enjoy this as slowly as possible. You know, like right now I really want to binge it, but I kind of want to also just relax with it. Let it sit there, let me understand what's going on, and then we'll get to the next episode. But it's also, another thing is that like when you do it in this batch format, while yes, there are like manga, there's people that have like read the manga and stuff, and you have to like steer very clear of those people, at least the people that are like, you know, very spoilery with what they've read. But when it comes to this, is that with the whole batch binge style, is that now like there's a lot of people that have already gotten to like episode 12, and like now there are people talking about like episode 12 and did you see what happened in episode 12, you know, all this other stuff. And like I'm lucky enough to have been like, I have a very solid tried and true method of like ducking spoilers. So like I I don't get spoiled, right? Like I've been lucky enough to not get spoiled, but with the batch style of episodes, it's very easy for somebody to get spoiled. I'm going to assume that a lot of people got spoiled on the whole Jotaro dies thing in episode 5, simply because somebody may have just had a time for one episode and somebody just bends the whole thing, was like, but did you know that on episode 5 Jotaro died? Like, there's just a lot of things. There's a lot of things that could go wrong that I'm pretty sure even I haven't talked about in my little 5-minute rant that I just had, that can go wrong when it comes to like the whole binge format thing. Once again, it's not that I don't like the binge format. I don't care, you know. It's just that I have to recognize the problems that come with it. Same thing when it's like week to week. I still have to recognize the frustrations and problems that come with week to week, you know, wanting the next episode if something's really good, you know, but it is what it is. It's just how it's being distributed. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too mad about it. It's just, you know, I just had to air out like grievances, I guess. But other than that, like I said, this part has been very entertaining, very fun to just watch and see what's going on, see what's happening, see what may go on later. I'm very interested in seeing what this that's right now that's what I really want to know, like what exactly is the end goal for our main antagonist. We're about to be on episode 7. Hopefully we get a little bit more information on that, but if not, you know what, we got plenty more anime to watch, right? So with all that being said, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something totally different, the best place to send that in is always my social media. Link's going to be in the description. And if you want these episodes early, you can subscribe to my Patreon. Link's going to be in the description for that as well. So, with all that out the way, let me get my off button ready. There it goes. Fuck. Okay. Y'all stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves.